This section will learn about a whole different aspect of personality as related to management style. It's called inside, outside, upside down. As you know, we've been focusing on one aspect of personality identified by Carl Jung called thinker-feeler, and it's really focused on how we build rapport and motivate people as managers. There's another aspect of personality that really comes into play and impacts our style as a manager that I want to spend some time on now, and it's introversion and extroversion. There's not a direct link between whether someone's an introvert or an extrovert and whether someone's a thinker or a feeler. In other words, an introvert isn't any more or less likely to be a thinker than an extrovert, and vice versa. However, the interplay of whether someone's an introvert or an extrovert and how that matches up with if they happen to also be a thinker or a feeler does impact your management style. So we're going to start with just a general explanation of the differences between introverts and extroverts. And I should mention that if this topic is of particular interest to you, we have a whole other course focusing on introversion and extroversion. It's called Networking for People Who Hate Networking, with the subtitle of A Field Guide for Introverts, the Overwhelmed, and the Underconnected. However, for the purposes today, we're going to look at the three primary differences between introverts and extroverts. The first is that introverts think to talk, and extroverts talk to think. What does that mean? It means that introverts, to be well functioning as managers, need to think things through, process them before they speak, or also get themselves into trouble. Extroverts need to talk in order to know what they're thinking. You can imagine the challenges that come up when these two groups start working together, which happens every day in a workplace near you. The second main difference is that introverts energize alone and extroverts energize with others. That means that when introverts feel worn out, they get re-energized by spending time alone, and extroverts get their energy back by spending time with others. The last is that introverts go deep, extroverts go wide. What that means is introverts prefer less stimuli, fewer interruptions. They like to interact with fewer people in a deeper way. And extroverts like a lot of action, a lot of activity, a lot of people, a lot of things going on. So these are the only three real differences between introverts and extroverts. However, the impact on us as managers can be quite profound. On your screen, what you see now is a chart that shows the basic differences of introvert managers and extrovert managers in three primary areas.